My name is Colley Bailey, and I'm a realtor here in Fayetteville, Arkansas with Fathom Realty, and I'm here to provide you with your premium real estate experience. How bad do people want to buy your property, or any property in a given market? Well, we can determine supply and demand, which influences price, by just looking at the amount of inventory available on the market and comparing that to how quickly it's selling. So for instance, if there are 2,500 homes on the market and in the last 30 days there have been 500 sales, what that means is that given the same rate of buying, it would take 5 months to sell through that amount of inventory if there were no other inventory added to the market. This key metric is known as our month's supply, and it will help us to determine whether we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market. Now we can do this for a broad market like an entire region or a city, all the way down to a specific neighborhood. But keep in mind that the smaller the sample size, the more inaccuracies are prone to crop up. So let me break down how we use this number. If we have 6 months of supply, that's a very stable, healthy, steady market. Prices aren't rising very much. They're also not falling very much. What this means is that both buyers and sellers will be getting a good deal, a good fair deal at the closing table. Now, if we drop to 4 months of supply, what we're actually seeing there is a steady, gentle increase in prices because there's more demand and less supply to fill it. This is a classic seller's market, and in this case, we can actually get away with adding a little bit more to our list price and still remain competitive. On the opposite side, if we move out to 8 months, what we're seeing there is a buyer's market where there's steady, gentle downward pressure on the prices. And in this case, what we'll have to do is lower our list price to remain competitive. So what's a really hot market? There'd be like 2 or 3 months worth of supply. In that case, almost everything that hits the market is gonna sell because there's a lot of demand and not very much supply to fill it. In that case, we can be really aggressive with our pricing. But at 10 to 12 months of supply, if we want to sell, we've got to make sure we're giving the buyers a really good deal just to stay competitive. Now keep in mind, these timeline metrics apply to average market price. They don't really apply very well to the outliers. So, for instance, luxury market properties tend to have longer days on the market while still staying in a steady market because they have a lower buyer pool. Now conversely, things like distressed homes are going to be valued more on what it takes to fix them than really the property value. But for most homes in most neighborhoods, this is a great metric to see market trajectory. This month's supply metric is absolutely crucial for pricing a home for the market as it stands. Now, can the market shift gears and dramatically change course during the course of a listing? Absolutely. We can't predict the future, but this metric will help us understand the trajectory and the direction of the market so we can price accordingly.